What's up, YouTube? Back with another video, another mukbang, pizza bang.
With a whole pizza this time.
Not pizza gate, pizza bang.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the white sauce?
It's on there, under the cheese and the bacon and the...
We'll give y'all a little view of what we got here. We got some chicken and bacon.
Ranch, or not ranch, with the white sauce. Chicken, boneless chicken, because he doesn't like the wet chicken that Domino's gives you.
And we got a little cookie pie over here too.
Yeah, sweet mango habanero sauce. It's like extra hot in the container. Like when you get it on the wings, it's hot, but like it's like concentrated.
I'm gonna just use this as a plate. I'm probably not gonna eat this whole thing because I just ate 2 sandwiches. We just left the gym. I need a better way to set this camera up. Whatever. Just left the gym. We just worked some.
Chest.
What do we do? Chest. We worked outer chest.
I was broke another nail on camera. Make sure you take this part out. I'm soaking these off tomorrow.
We just worked outer chest and abs. So now we gotta feed the muscle. So today's topic is pizza. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about in our last video. And what reminded me was because we got held up on the highway the other day for 30 minutes. We had to take a 1 hour and 15-minute drive to Jersey and back. We was 4 minutes from the house. We was getting off the exit on the highway. And then we got held up. We saw fire trucks. Then we saw freaking cop cars. A lot of freaking cop cars. It was like we saw 20 cop cars back to back. Detective cars, state troopers, they was everywhere. The highway was blocked off.
Give us some water.
The highway was blocked off. Cops was going in the opposite direction on the highway.
Yeah.
So after a while of sitting there, I was like, man, I'm about to walk up there and complain. And so I got out and I asked the firefighters, I'm like, what's going on? They were recording the cop cars riding by. They were like, oh, it's Biden. I'm like, Biden? He's not even that freaking important. I don't think Biden is that important to be locking down the whole highway. I don't know why they treat these guys so important. He's not a president. What is he, vice president?
He was vice president during Obama.
They be acting like somebody want to kill these old dudes. Like, they're like a couple years away from death anyways. They're not even, like, nobody wants to kill them. They're not that important. Anyway, it reminded me that I wanted to talk about the situation with Candace, Owens, and Cardi B. I don't really like talking about politics because I don't really care about it, to be honest. This world now, like ever since Obama got elected, they've been trying to force politics on us and say we should be more involved. And maybe we should be, but it's not for everybody. Some people just never will be into politics. I find it highly boring. I did vote for Obama. But after that, like, you know, a lot of people are debating right now about whether or not they should vote for Biden and Trump. And we're not going to sit here and talk about who we vote for. But me personally, I don't vote for any of them. I'm not voting for none of these old dudes. I don't like none of them enough to go out and vote for them. Well, I saw the little situation with Cardi B and Joe Biden, and Candace Owens. And I understood what Candace Owens was saying. But I think what Candace Owens don't understand is that Cardi B is the new voice for the younger generation. Whether you like it or not, you got to understand that politics is evolving now. And we're not looking for people who are politically correct and presidential and talk all proper and talk a bunch of jargon. Yeah, talk over your head and talk a bunch of jargon that we don't understand. People want to see people in the office that they can relate to. That's why people voted for Trump. That's why people voted for Obama. Because no one cares about... You okay? Air's over here choking on her pizza. Because no one cares about all the politics and all the jargon. They just want somebody in office that they
understand.
Yeah, who they understand they can relate to. So
vote for me.
I understand what Candace Owens is saying, but that's because Candace Owens is still stuck in that old mindset of what politics should be. And another thing, I heard him talking on the radio, like saying, "Oh, do you think?" It wasn't Megyn Kelly. What's the other chick name? She looked like Megyn Kelly. The news reporter chick, and she just, I don't like her at all. She looked like Megyn Kelly. She got the deep voice. She got the Adam's apple.
Oh, goodness.
She do. Well, she's just like, do you think these celebrities and these rappers are using their platform to push a political agenda? How is somebody that's not even into politics pushing a political agenda?
Yeah.
How is somebody who's not a politician pushing a political agenda?
And
That's stupid.
What is the political agenda?
That's what I'm saying. I think the political agenda is we want Trump out of office, so vote for Biden. Get out and vote, but vote Democrat.
But when has that never been the political agenda? When has that never been? That was the case when Bush was in office. That was like,
yeah, I
whenever
just
there's
don't,
a Republican
I just
in
don't
office,
understand how
that's
someone's not a politician and they're pushing a political agenda.
Right.
If anybody pushing a political agenda, it's people like you giving these bullshit news reports.
Yeah. That's fake news.
Yeah. But Candace Owens, she's highly intelligent. She know what she's talking about. But I think Candace Owens, I lost a lot of respect for Candace Owens with all these recent videos she's been putting out. And that, like, there's certain things we expect from Cardi B.
Yeah.
Certain things like Cardi B, you see it, she does it, and it's like, well, that's Cardi B. Mm-hmm. Candace Owens, on the other hand, is completely... We don't expect that from her. Yeah. So when she do it, she looks like a moron with the little doll in front of the camera and making voices and doing all this response crap. And she talk all this stuff about how they pitting black people up against each other, but you engaging in the bullshit. You're engaging in the controversy that
you call everybody else stupid for it.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, you're falling for their trap. You're falling for this. You're falling for that. You're falling right into the same shit, engaging in this bullshit beef with another black woman.
Right.
Like, it's stupid. And now you look stupid.
Because the difference of opinion. Really, like,
yeah.
And
Cardi B ain't had nothing to say about Candace Owens. Candace Owens came out the woodwork with the nonsense. Like, why would Joe Biden do an interview with her? And he's trying to make Black America look stupid. You should have kept your mouth shut.
Insulting her from like.
Yeah, and now you mad that she brought up all of this stuff about you, your husband. You should have kept your mouth shut. Cardi B in the whole interview with Joe Biden, she never even mentioned Candace Owens. She probably didn't even know who she was. She probably didn't even know who she was. Candace Owens came out and said something about Cardi B, and Cardi B responded back. What do you expect someone who you call illiterate to respond like? How do you expect them to respond?
Yeah.
You expect them to respond intelligently? Because you obviously don't think she's intelligent. So you say she's illiterate.
What you looking for?
They made a video saying, oh, Cardi B didn't show her face in the one video because she was just showing her hand because she was saying she didn't feel good. She was saying, oh, she's reading a script, a DNC script. First you say she's illiterate, now you say she's reading the script. It just doesn't make sense. You make yourself look stupid. Candace Owens really made herself look like a jackass to me. And it's crazy because the day before I was defending her.
Yeah.
I was defending her about what happened with T.I. at the Revolt Summit. And I'm just like, yo, I really just had to put my foot in my mouth on this one. Because now I'm like, yo, she like black people. She's sticking up for black people. And now you're making black people look stupid. See, Cardi B not making black people look stupid because that's her. Yeah. It's not like she's acting.
Yeah.
She's not acting. That's really her.
What you see is what you got.
Yeah. So as far as making black people look stupid and all of this stuff, no, she's talking how she talks in real life. And what Candace Owens don't understand is that most of the people who follow Cardi B and most of the people in the world, whether you follow Cardi B or not, most of the people, hey, go turn the heat off. It's getting hot in here. Most of the people in the world talk and think like Cardi B. The questions that she was asking, the things that she was proposing, that's how most people talk because they don't know how to propose questions in a political way because they're not fucking politicians. So it makes sense as to why Joe Biden would speak to someone who most of the people who he need the vote from can relate to. Because most of the people he need to vote from can't relate to Candace Owens. They might look at her and say, yo, that's an intelligent black woman. But a lot of shit she talk about, no one understands. It goes over their head. She talk all of these big numbers and percentages that no one understands. Like when you in politics or you in financial fields and stuff like that, and you talking about gross domestic product and this and 1.8 billion and all of this, no, people stop listening to you. They shut you out. You got to talk to people in simple terms. And as much as people don't like Trump, that's one thing about Trump is why he can relate to people because he's so simple. He talks simple. It's going to be great. Everything's going to be cool. He talking one syllable words and that's it. So he can relate he can talk to people in a simple manner without talking all this bullshit that goes over your head.
Right.
Whether people like him or not, that's why he appeals to most people. That's why, he appeals to, like Eric Thomas said. He said 80% of America, he was like only 20% of America is educated. So when I say ambulance, or he like, yo, 80% of people say that. It's only 20% that's saying it right. 80% of people say it wrong. But 80% of people don't say ambulance. I don't say ambulance. Like I don't even have it. I never made it out the 9th grade, and I don't even say ambulance. But that I'm just using that as an example. He's got a point that only 20% of people in America are educated or have degrees. Right. That's the point he was trying to make. Only 80% of people have degree, or 20% of people have degrees. So 80% of people are just average 10th, 11th grade reading people. Mm-hmm. You can't speak to them in. There is no more. There's no more pizza.
Go back to your chair.
Go back to your chair if you want a cookie.
And don't come out of it again.
Cause y'all supposed to be on the way to bed anyways. I got this pizza for y'all for a little treat.
Give her a piece.
Kids go to bed at 9:30. It's 9:17. Oh, it's 9:18. I'm feeling like Rain Man. But anyways, that's what Candace Owens don't understand. That Joe Biden does understand. That most people ain't that educated. Most people don't know how to propose a question in a political way. Most people just know this is what I want to see in my community. This is what I want to see with taxes. This is what I want to see with, education and college tuition and all of that stuff. But they don't know how to actually pose a question.
Right.
So speaking of Cardi B, other people are like, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to ask. They may not know how to ask the question, and Cardi B may not know how to ask it, but the people who follow her know exactly what she's saying.
Yeah.
They know what she's saying because they want the same shit.
Right.
And Candace Owens get on TV and open her big ass mouth for no reason. She didn't have to. Like this is 2020. Politics is changing. We're not in that era no more where you flip the CNN and you see a bunch of old white dudes in the fucking circle talking a bunch of shit you don't understand, so you get bored and you turn the channel. We're not in that era no more. We're not in that era to where people are like, yeah, we want to vote for this guy because he talk a bunch of shit we don't understand, so that means he's smart.
Right.
We passed that because that's how a lot of people used to think. He talking a bunch of words I don't understand. This guy's obviously smart. I'm gonna vote for him.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate.
But if he talk like me, nah, he ain't presidential enough. What does presidential actually mean?
Right.
Like, and that's the problem I have. Because we had this idea like, oh, he's not presidential enough. What does presidential actually mean?
Listen,
somebody that lies to you? Somebody that talks in big words that you don't understand?
Like I said, at this point, since Trump was elected into office, there is no such thing as presidential anymore.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned, like
there's no definition of presidential.
Everybody said, like when Obama went into office, like we feel like we can do anything now, like we can do it, like. But honestly, When Obama went into office, I didn't feel like, oh, I could be president one day. When Trump went
That
into
sauce is
office,
spicy.
I told you it's concentrated.
I'm sweating.
When Trump went into office, I was like, oh, I might really have a shot at this thing. Like,
That's why people shoot Kanye West down about running for president. He could make it.
I don't know.
I was just watching an interview with Kanye West the other day, and he said, you know, they asked Hillary Clinton, what do you think about Kanye West running for president? She said, you know what? I wouldn't run against him because she would lose. Straight up and down, she would lose. There's
honestly,
more people that can relate to
if
Kanye West
if
than that can relate to Hillary
if
Clinton.
Hillary lost to Trump, yeah, she probably would lose to Kanye. Like,
Yo, she would lose to
if
Kanye.
you lost to Trump, you
If
probably
Hillary
would.
ran for president and Kanye ran, I would vote for Kanye. Just hands down. Not because he a man, not because he black or nothing. Just because I like Kanye's character. Like,
Yeah, I would never vote for Kanye.
you want to vote for Kanye?
No,
What if you had to choose between him and Hillary?
I would vote Hillary. Absolutely.
Seriously?
Yes.
I'm turning this off. Why?
Because I'm not voting for Kanye.
I would vote for Kanye. Ye is my dude, man.
And that's
You know
great,
why?
but
Because
not-
Kanye is truthful. He's truthful. He's honest. Ain't gonna get no better than that.
I'm gonna mosey on over here.
You gotta respect people who are honest. Joe Biden, when I watch his stuff, a lot of stuff I could tell he's just trying to sugarcoat stuff, and he's not
They all do
he's
that.
not honest. He's just not. When he get caught in a question that somebody asked him, he just like he freeze up and he give 20-minute answers to a question. It's like, you know, because he over explaining himself. Because it's like he don't want to. He trying to say everything he can to not look bad. And oh, what I meant was, and they don't understand. And at the end of the day, like I said, I don't like none of these old dudes enough to go vote for him. I just don't. They all just old senile dudes. And aside from what I said about Cardi B, I do understand what Candace Owens is saying. I don't understand why Joe Biden been in his basement for a whole year. All of a sudden he go on a political campaign and he want to go do an interview with Cardi B. He doing whatever he need to do to get the black vote or whatever, to get the Democratic vote. Yeah, they all do.
Well, Democrats at least.
But if you plan on running for president, don't just start getting engaged the last 3 months before it's time to get elected. Like,
That's
you should be
why-
engaged with these communities like on the regular. If you
That's
really
why-
care about them.
Bernie would have been the best candidate, but after that health
It's a guy that go to our gym that look just like Bernie. He like a fat Bernie.
after that health scare, it's like, damn, if we vote for Bernie, is the Democratic vote gonna be split? You know, because now people are concerned about a health scare, and I mean,
I'm gonna say it like this.
people don't want.
I voted for Obama in 2008. And to be honest, I only voted for him because he was black. I was young. I ain't know no better. I ain't know nothing about politics. I was walking past the public library, and this old black lady was like, "Oh, come on in, baby, come and vote." And she was like, "Are you registered to vote?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Well, come on in and vote. It's only gonna take a few minutes." And it took a few minutes, so I went in and voted. But now that I'm older and I'm wiser, I see that whether Obama was, first of all, I was in jail for Obama's first term. I was in prison.
I was too young to vote.
I was in prison for 3 years of his 4-year term. Nothing changed for me with Obama being president. Nothing changed for me. When I got home, Obama had got a second term. I got out in 2012. He got reelected. I was still working minimum wage. I was working 3 jobs at McDonald's, Burger King, and Dunkin' Donuts. I was working for Miss Kim at this little soul food restaurant. She was paying me $400 a week, and I was working 19 hours a day. Nothing had changed for me. And this is what I don't understand. So this is why I would never go out and vote again. You make it seem like the person you vote for is going to change things for you. Not on this level. When you're on that low level, the only people who notice are the rich people and the upper middle class. And the middle class notice some changes, but the super rich, the wealthy, and the super poor, we don't notice any changes. Everything stays the same for us. You understand what I'm saying? The middle class might notice a little bit. The working class people, They might notice some changes.
I feel like it's the low income households, the like extreme poverty, and
What, that notice changes depending on the president? Like what?
Yeah, like the whole
Like what? Minimum wage going up a whole $1? That really doesn't change anything when you look at inflation.
like the situation with the healthcare and being able to get health insurance. All these people who couldn't afford health insurance anymore now have the opportunity to have health insurance at no cost to them. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You break an arm, you had your medical issues.
But now you're going to doctors who gonna do a half-assed job because they loaded with freaking Medicaid clients.
I understand that, but would you rather go to a doctor that's gonna do a half-assed job or deal with the pain because you can't afford to get a doctor who's even willing to give you a half-assed job?
I mean, you know me, I don't do hospitals, period. But yeah, I mean, I'd rather not be in pain and go get a doctor who does a half-assed
Or
job.
at least
But
prescribe you medicine.
at least medicine, yeah. I don't want you to do a half-assed job on my surgery or something serious that I need.
Yeah.
You know, but you got these doctors that you go in these offices, they don't want to do, let's say you got you have a problem. And you go in, they check you out, and then they don't check you out good enough because they're trying to hurry up and get you out of there. They got too many patients. Next thing you know, you got some disease that they didn't check for, or they diagnose you with a disease because they didn't check hard enough. They misdiagnose you. People get misdiagnosed all the time. Like, it's a big thing.
Doctors.
Yeah, like people get diagnosed with cancer all the time. It's not even cancer. I heard of another story about a guy who got diagnosed with something. They had to cut off his whole leg and found out he didn't even have to get his leg cut off. They misdiagnosed him. That's terrible.
That is horrible.
That's terrible. You know, like, so when you're dealing with a doctor, you might have a doctor who loves his job. He loves his job. He loves taking care of people. But now his passion has turned into a straight up job. And he got all these clients that he don't want to deal with.
Turned into a freaking...
Now he's like, you know what? Like,
I don't have time for
I don't have time for this. The dentist don't have time no more because he got all these Medicaid patients. People coming in, getting their teeth checked, and some people come in for no reason. Oh, I had a little tooth pain, and the dentists get tired of it, and then they don't check your mouth how they supposed to check for cavities. Oh, you're fine. Just go on home. They don't do that second and third and fourth check. They don't do that second and third and fourth CAT scan. They trying to get you up out of there.
Yeah.
They overloaded with work. So yeah, it's good that everybody got health care, but now it made it harder on the doctors. And so now they giving you half-ass treatment now.
I mean, but that's not always necessarily the case. Like,
it's not always the
like
case.
I said, I've gone to the same dentist forever.
Hold on, I'm hot. I gotta take this stuff off. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay. I didn't know.
You said you've always gone to the same doctor forever?
Dentist.
Dentist?
I had private insurance with this dentist. I had Medicaid with this dentist, and then I went back to private insurance with this dentist. And the only difference I could say is that I feel like when I had private insurance, they were doing more to get more money out of me, not not treating me any better. I think it just seemed like they were trying to get more money out of me.
Either that, they were trying to get overtime.
Either way, more money out of me.
Yeah.
And that's the only difference I really saw. So I've done both. I've had both.
Yeah, me personally, like, things change with, you got Obamacare and stuff like that. But there weren't.
You're able to stay on your parent.
You know why I didn't care about that? Because I was on my mom's insurance.
It didn't affect you. No, but that's even more so.
Like, I was on my mom's insurance, so I was 20-something.
Being on your mom's insurance, you used to have to be cut off at, 18? Obama made it so that you can stay till you're 26. Like, and that's another thing, like, that was put through, and a lot of people didn't know. They're when you're that age, you don't know you don't care. You don't care about health insurance. But, like, that's another big deal.
Yeah, but by the time we found that out, I was already off of my mom's insurance.
Yeah, but that's you. But it's still beneficial to people. Like, it's still, that's for the people.
No, I'm saying why I don't think that's what I'm saying is why I don't go out and vote, because nothing has ever changed for me. I understand with other people.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about why nothing has ever changed for me and why I won't go out and vote again. Why I don't think presidents change anything. I think it's an individual thing. You have to change yourself. You're looking for everybody else to change and make changes for you and make changes in your life. You have to change. Like, that's just the bottom line.
Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna do everything in my power to prosper on my own.
Yeah.
But if I'm electing someone to be my president, I'm gonna elect the person who I think is gonna be most beneficial to not just me, but like me. I don't know. I feel like no matter how much money I make, I'm gonna care about the people who don't have it.
I'm just waiting for Americans to understand that presidents don't change shit. They're just a spokesperson for the people who are changing shit.
Of course.
Like who's?
But they still have to put. They still have.
They have right to veto and all of that shit.
Yeah, and put things in place.
Yeah, they have a right to veto. They have certain
overall,
things that
we're in a democracy, so yeah, they can't just make decisions on
yeah,
their
they can't. They're not dictators.
Yeah.
Like that's what people don't understand. It's not a dictatorship. Mm-hmm. Things have to be voted on and passed through Congress. Those are the people who are really making the decisions. The legislators, like
it's important for people who are Democrats and things like that, like Obama. Okay, you guys voted Obama into office, but then you didn't vote again after that. You only did that major election.
I didn't even vote for his second term.
Yeah, you didn't do the smaller elections. You left him in office with all Republicans. I mean, there's Democrats, but
people
like,
they don't do local and state
Democrat.
elections. They don't do none of that.
Yeah, and that's a big thing with Democrat. You guys voted Democrat president into office, and then you don't support him. You don't go ahead and vote again so that he has other Democrats to get his bills passed, and the people who are voting on the things that you want, voting on the things that the Democrats are putting in place for the people. Like, you guys just leave them out there like, oh, you, and then you get mad. Like, he didn't do anything for me. Yeah, because you didn't help. Like, help him help you.
Yeah, I just try to focus on me. And I don't care who's president. That shit is not going to stop me from doing what I want to do.
No,
I'm going to do what I want to do, start whatever businesses I want to start. It don't matter who's president. And yeah, having certain presidents in office may affect certain people in certain tax brackets and stuff like that. Because all this shit is about money.
Of course.
It's all about money.
Of course.
Most people vote for the person. Most people, when you look at elections, people vote for the person who promises them the most money.
Yeah.
With Medicare, with raising minimum wage, with all of this shit.
Yeah.
People, it's all of this shit is about money. So whoever promises me the most money,
classes.
and whoever says it the most sincerely, who's gonna give me the most money, that's who I'm voting for.
Or who has the best plan put in place. Like,
for money.
Yeah.
For money.
Or the healthcare. Healthcare was a big thing. And now they're talking about like universal childcare and stuff like that. Like, those are big things for people who don't have a good amount of income.
Yeah.
So, like, and it's a matter of whoever sounds like they got the best.
Whoever gonna promise me the most amount of money, and I gotta pay the least amount of taxes, if I'm rich, that's who I'm voting for.
Right. So it's not a matter of what it used to be with like morals and, you know, are you for gay marriage?
Yeah, they don't give a shit about morals.
No. Like, so like, I feel like for us, a lot of the things with Republicans, like morally and things like that, like we agree
don't care?
No, we agree with. Like,
We agree with, but we need money more.
Yeah.
That's what the thing with Democrats. We agree with, but we need money more.
Yeah.
Republicans don't need money, so they're like, no, we need to stick to our moral code.
Yeah.
People need to work for money.
Yeah.
And blah,
and
blah, blah.
We agree with like a lot of the morals and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, abortion is wrong. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
But I need money.
Yeah. But, damn, I lost my
And I'm not about to keep a kid that I can't fucking support financially.
No, there
if
was
I ain't got no
something
money.
I was gonna say. I forgot now. Yeah, that's not where I was trying to go with this. I can't remember. Whatever.
Well, whatever. But either way, I understand what you're saying. Like, Democrats may agree with the Republicans, but their needs override.
Yeah, like if we could combine like some of the morals of the Republican Party and you know, financial aspects of the Democratic Party and things that, you know, we need financially.
I say we burn the whole system down and start over. Start a new one. We'll start a new wing of we'll start a new wing of government.
They should have people stop running under parties.
Wait, don't they have 3 parts of government? Democratic, Republican,
independent. They have
independent?
Yeah.
So what's the 3 branches of government?
The legislative branch, the executive branch, and the judicial branch.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about politics. See, this is why I don't vote. But like, I don't vote because I don't know shit about politics. For me to just vote for someone just because of how I feel about them is stupid.
Yeah, so that makes sense to me why you don't
That's
vote.
stupid.
Like, you wanna, and I was like that before. Like, I don't want to vote.
I know this is an emotion-driven world, but me personally, I'm not about to vote for somebody just because he's black. Oh, just because he said he gonna do this for black people. Oh, just because he promised us. He's a good man. Oh, I like the way he freaking shook that lady's hand. I like the way he went down to the Boys and Girls Club and engaged with the people.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. We felt that way about Bill Clinton too.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
I can understand why you wouldn't want to, like, because I felt like that too. Like, if I don't know enough about the person that's running, like, I feel like it would be wrong for me to go out and vote.
You need to know their policies.
Yeah, not only do I need to know them, I need to know everybody they're running against to make sure I'm voting for the person I think is the best candidate.
Yeah.
I can't just see one person. Okay, so like all the Democrats are running. We got Biden. We got like all the different Democrats that are running, right? Not just Biden. We got Bloomberg. We got
Bloomberg's running.
He was.
Right now?
He was running against Biden in the primary. So I knew that I wanted to vote for Bernie. Like, that was who I've been wanting to win. And it sucks because, like,
I have no clue why you wanted to vote for that dude. You don't have to say why. We ain't gonna talk about why. That's your own personal thing as far as who you vote for and why you voted for him. But like,
that's who I would have wanted to vote for. But
none of these old dudes are that near and dear to my heart. Where I'm like, oh, he'd be such a good president.
Nobody who runs for president is ever gonna be near and dear to your heart because you don't know them. That's not what you're voting for.
No, I mean near and dear to my heart. When I say that, I mean like, oh yes, he's gonna change things. Like, nobody gives me that much hope. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's not what it's for. Like, anyway, I guess you have to like politics. You don't like politics. You don't know about politics, so it doesn't. It makes sense that
most of my life I've been on the other side of the judicial system. There's no reason to hate politics, though. There's no reason. I'm not speaking out of ignorance and saying I hate politics because I've been to freaking jail before. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I've always been on the other side, and I've never seen. And not only that, but I've never seen anything change, no matter who is president. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I really don't.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, I've seen things change.
But I've seen things change. Like, what I did notice is that over the years, as I got better jobs and I made more income, I did notice certain things when it came to taxes and when it came to breaks and certain shit and being married and stuff like that. I did notice a slight difference. I'm like, oh, there's some benefits to this middle class shit, you know? But I didn't realize that those things had changed because of who was president. You know, I didn't realize I was getting those benefits because of who was president.
Yeah, and if you were more into politics.
But what I'm saying, the point I was trying to make is that poor people don't notice the difference. You understand what I'm saying?
Because they're not looking.
Neither do the super rich because they still not paying taxes.
No, but
you know what I mean?
They do notice the difference because they make sure that the differences don't affect their pockets. So they notice the difference. They watch for the differences. They look to stop the differences.
But the differences rarely come. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're on top of it.
Yeah. They got lawyers and shit. And
people in the lower class, they're not on top of it. They don't have time. They don't have time to be on top of it.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, even when Obama raised the minimum wage, you remember when he raised the minimum wage? It went from $7.25 to $8.50, or something like that. $7.25 to $8.50
in Jersey, at least.
Yes. Okay. I was working at the time. I was working at McDonald's. What I'm saying is there was not a big difference in my check. It was like a $40 difference. What am I going to do with $40 extra? And yeah, over the course of a year, you're looking at 160, 1,600, 2,000. You're looking at about an extra $2,400 extra. Now, over the course of a 12 months, though, like, what is that?
That's not a big deal for you. But if you told rich people that they were going to lose $40 from their paycheck.
They would care.
They would fight.
Even if they were
Even
multi-millionaires. Yeah, even if they were multi-millionaires.
Like, I work for this. This is not.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. I feel like
because eventually it's gonna be 40, then 80, then 120.
Exactly.
They understand that.
Yes.
But as far as a person who's, let's say I make $400 a week.
Because if you told me
I
you
make
taking $40 out of each of them, I'm fighting you. I'm taking you to court. You're not taking my $40. I work for that.
But let's say I make $400 a week, right? And then minimum wage goes up $1.25. And now I'm making $445 a week after taxes. Mm-hmm. When you're poor, first of all, the 400 wasn't enough to begin with.
Right.
So I need that extra 45. Mm-hmm. So that extra 45 is to, like, most people is probably spending that extra 45 on a freaking eighth of weed. Like when you pour, no, seriously, when you pour, like your weed is your medicine. Your weed and not every poor person, but your weed, your drink, your cigarettes, because we know rich people don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
Like rich people don't engage in that stuff. They sell that shit to poor people.
I have noticed is that the tobacco products, the use of tobacco products and things like that, that is a big thing in low income.
In poor communities.
Yeah, that is like a big
and they buy the most expensive cigarettes. Mm-hmm. They buy the most expensive cigarettes. That's $10, $12 a pack.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even get their own cigarettes. I see people who make freaking damn near six figures and they buy $20 bags of tobacco and roll their own cigarettes.
Yes.
Anyways, we back. Our video cut off. We started getting a little bit, we thought the shit was a little bit sketchy. But anyhow, what we were saying was how, and I knew that a long time ago, is that I read a book, I think it was a book or a video, where somebody was asking a rich person about smoking cigarettes and like drinking alcohol or something like that. He was like, I don't smoke that shit. Like, you know, like poor people smoke that shit. Like we're the ones who make it. We know what's in it. We know what's keeping them addicted. So we know not to do it. Yeah. So it makes sense why poor people, and that's what I'm saying. And I'm somebody who smokes cigarettes, so I'm not saying nothing against people who smoke cigarettes, but I'm saying that extra $45 is going to your cigarettes. It's going to an eighth of weed. Most of the people we used to work at McDonald's with, did they not smoke weed? But what I'm saying is, when I say that's going to your weed, you buying the eighth of weed with the extra $45, what I'm saying is, did the people that you worked at McDonald's with, did not every last one of them smoke weed? The managers, everybody. Like everyone smokes. You know what I'm saying? Like we smoke with the manager. I used to smoke with the manager, so I know. You know? So if you're getting some extra money on a job as a poor person, you're spending it. That extra money is not going nowhere productive. Very few people, it's not true in your case. Yeah. See, in your case, it's different. You're an exceptional person who can actually take a fast food job and turn it into something. Most people not doing that shit. That's why most people still complaining. They out here complaining about who's president, who gonna give us more money. Most people don't know how to take that small amount of money and make something of it. The shit vanishes in their hands. I'm one of those people. You can't give me $400 a week and tell me go out there and make it happen. I'm spending that shit. Like it's not. Yeah. What the fuck is $400? What I'm gonna do with this? Except get some little shit that I want, like some weed or some cigarettes or something. Some cigarettes that last me through the week.